Hello, I'm Kevin Ferguson, president of KF Brand Studios, where we make videos that help brands articulate why they do business. Welcome to our YouTube channel. In this episode, newborn photographer Lindsay Bishop shares her secret on finding her passion on the type of photography she shoots. She also shares her experience as the leader of the San Francisco chapter of the Rising Tide Society, a worldwide organization serving about 70,000 members by hosting monthly meetups to share relevant business challenges and solutions. Launched in 2015, the Rising Tide Society is empowered by the concept of community over competition. Stay tuned.
So when I first started photographing, I was doing weddings, as many photographers in our industry do, go straight into weddings. You expect it to be all about love and this great experience. And although that was there, I just wasn't feeling that intimate connection with the couples I was working with. When I was first starting off, I was actually also a nanny for a couple of families. And I didn't want to leave behind my nanny job. And mostly it was because of this connection I was feeling with these families. Every family I nannied for, it was such an intimate, personal connection. When you're taking care of someone's kid, it's so personal. So I tested out my first newborn photo shoot with actually my sister-in-law and my brother-in-law with my first niece. And I started photographing their family together, and I realized quickly that's the connection. Like, that's what I was looking for all this time with those people I was photographing in their wedding, and that really personal moment. It was just that moment when you come home and your whole world has changed, and you're nervous and you're scared. And since I had been so experienced with babies, I'm not nervous and I'm not scared, but I get there and help you calm down and feel great about this journey into parenthood, and it's unlike anything else I've experienced. You know what's funny is I am obsessed. I'm an animal lover. So whenever you get the dog in combination with the family, I'm dying. So everyone's always like, no, my dog will never sit still for this photo shoot. And I get there and we get the dog on the bed, which they're always like thrilled to be jumping on the bed. And the family's like cuddled up with their baby, and the dog sits still and starts usually sniffing or licking the baby. And it's the cutest thing in the world. And it just goes, I go over the top. I try to find inspiration more naturally in my life. So I look at things like my connection with my husband when we're home, or I look at things of those moments between my parents when I see them together, or my friends with their newborn themselves and their journey into parenthood. Things that I really emotionally connect to more versus just like a Pinterest board or pictures on the internet. I have to feel that more like personal tie to something for inspiration. Okay, so funny, I was actually thinking about this last night, and I could not find for the life of me one person, just like one person out there that you admire. And I think there's a good reason to that, and it's because I do find inspiration in so many places in my life that I just couldn't pinpoint one single person that I just like almighty admire. I looked at my husband and I was like, does like Taylor Swift count? Like I like pop music. I couldn't think of like one person that just like had it all. So instead, I think it's just a collective group of like everything around me and the people in my life. So not just one person, but the little bits and pieces and moments from everybody around me.
Any examples?
Yeah, definitely the women in my life, right? Like, come on. So my mom, my grandma, my aunt, they live like within a block from each other. They do everything together. They're like really tight-knit women in my family, and they're so strong and such inspirational models in my life. So that off the bat immediately. Two, all of my friends that are right now becoming moms, it's like starting to pick up in my life in the age where I am right now. So a lot of my friends are just journeying into parenthood, and it blows me away seeing my friends become moms and dads, and I'm amazed every day at them. It's actually been a really amazing journey. So when I first heard about the opportunity at the beginning of the year, And the previous leader posted that she was going to be resigning and was looking for someone else. And I was sitting on my hands. I was like, I cannot do that. I'm not a leader, but there was something in me that just wanted it. Like, it was eating at it. And then it wouldn't stop. And so she posted again and was like, nobody's applied. I really hope someone takes this up. And I was sitting in the back burner thinking, surely someone better is coming along. They got this. I would know what I'm doing. And I took that opportunity where no one had stepped up and said, you know what, that's my window. Like, this is it, go for it. And watching myself like talk to people, I mean, even the first meeting, like I went home and I sat down with my husband, I was like, I talked to a group of people today. Like, I sat in front of a group of people and I felt great about it. Like, I came alive talking to people. And I found that I'm so passionate about educating and helping people and just lifting up voices and making people feel good about what they're saying. I think a lot of us in Rising Tide have similar struggles as creative entrepreneurs, and that place where you feel comfortable to share that struggle and realize everyone around you has a similar struggle is mind-blowing in its own. I'm somebody who has struggled with self-esteem up and down in the waves of that for a very long time. I think as many like female entrepreneurs do or creatives do, we have that kind of like, what's that word where you can't identify like with what you're doing. You don't think you're as good as you are at it, right? And so you kind of undercut yourself for a long time. Being put in the position to see myself as a leader is unlike anything. I actually feel like I am talking and with value. I have seen myself become comfortable in front of other people, have opened up to other people, have lifted my voice. I'm able to talk comfortably in uncomfortable scenarios and see myself like blossom as an entrepreneur. I think it's really common for you to not think you can be a leader yourself. And I think that if there's something in you telling you that you can't do it, then that's probably something you need to look into. Because if you're sitting there and you're kind of wanting to know what it's like, but you think maybe I can't, don't ever tell yourself that. Like, jump over that hurdle and just go right into it and see what happens. And you'll be amazed at the support of all the people around you that are going to help lift you up and feel good in that position. Yeah, I mean, I've tackled a lot of things in like my personal life that I didn't think that I would be doing, or in my professional life. Seeing that confidence within myself has driven me forward so much more. I think a lot of times for me, I let the fear of failing at something stop me from even starting on it. So I would think about all the ways I wouldn't be able to succeed in something and just not do it. Having that little bit of confidence, that little push has really helped me step into those things and those scenarios where I don't know the outcome and I'm okay with it. And now I'm ready to just go for it regardless if I know if I'm going to succeed or not, because it doesn't matter. I think the biggest takeaway is like don't let perfectionism hold you back from doing these big dreams, these goals. For so long, I let perfectionism drive where I was going, and the worry of not doing something perfectly hold me back from doing it at all. So I think that if you just take a step back and you slow down and you let yourself just ride the wave, just go with it and see where it goes. Don't worry about perfecting it prior. Don't worry if you're gonna succeed at it. Just let yourself try it out for a little bit. Try it on, see how it feels. I think a lot of the things in my life I've held back because of that perfectionism, and just letting that go for a bit. Like, let yourself be creative and just test things out, ride the wind, whatever, feel it out and let it go.